banks of the Ohio River. There's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the Tennessee Titans. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. A first look now for Darrynton Evans. Evans has got the first down and then some. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only they're controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. Now Tua. Flush to his right. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, it's Tua. And that's complete. It's Sims. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Here's a handoff to Evans out of the gun. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Throws right side, and that's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll toss this out right for Evans. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 15. Tua sets up to pass it. Tua hit, and the ball is out. And the Bengals grab it. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. The 30. 10, And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way. Inside the 10-yard line. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? First and goal. Following the fumble recovery, McPherson finding a safety valve here. That's complete. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Second and goal from inside the 5. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's third and goal. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. Off the play fake. McPherson steps away. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A great play there. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Bengals are going to take a first quarter lead. Extra point hits the left upright, but goes through anyway. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a handoff coming left, Evans. Evans has got the first down and then some. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. 48 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
And Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
Tagovailoa going to try and throw on third down. And that will be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Nagar's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Jackson now to return. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week last week, and in talking with him, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate taking time off in the midst of a losing streak because they think they have to stay on their toes and punch their way out of it. But occasionally, you get that open week, you step back, evaluate what's been going wrong, see what you can put in that can move you forward, and maybe you get a chance to breathe a little bit and kind of start over.
Here's second and a yard. He finds his target. It's Schultz. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
They'll roll him out right. He finds his man, complete. That's Chapman. Room here to run. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
Well, that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Schultz. And so close, he gets it to the one. Out of bounds right there. A big connection on that one. 37 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Back to throw again. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's second and goal. From the gun, McPherson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a third and goal situation.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football, and that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
McPherson's kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
1-7 their record here at the midway point of the season. And right now this organization, more than likely if you look at it, CD, probably in for a rough second half of the season.
Well, we've seen teams turn things around in other places. I mean, we've seen 1-7 first halves turn into 5-3 second halves. But with this squad, I think these guys aren't playing to get into the playoffs. They're playing for their jobs. So's the coaching staff. They're coaching for theirs. Front office trying to keep theirs. The heat is on from all directions. And what's interesting is a lot of these guys are playing for jobs and trying to keep their positions. It might be just in the league in some other spot.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly second and long. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. He'll layer this one out deep for Sims.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off right around the 43. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
On first down, McPherson. And he's got his man on the out route. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A big play there on the catch and run.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
Bringing it in, Jackson left side. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Seven yards left for second down. Ball at the 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead.
McPherson on for the point after.
It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
taken in at the 3. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
Five yards remain on second down. On play action, here's Tua. He's going deep for Brown. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to have it here just past the 25.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
On first down, Chapman. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Back to throw. McPherson. He finds his man, complete. That's Schultz. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Throwing on first down. McPherson. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown.
Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And that throw, amazingly, well over 70 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Wow. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Off of play action. Tagovailoa sliding out of the pocket. This is caught. It's Brown. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
They'll run on 1st down with Evans. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Taken down by Pete Werner.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's a handoff to Evans. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The Titans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to get the football here at their own 23. 3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
On 1st and 10, McPherson. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Frank Clark, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Second and 16. Looking to throw. McPherson. He'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
To throw on 3rd down. McPherson in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Frank Clark able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's Jamie Gillendow, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And taken at the 46. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. 2 and now on first down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Second and 20. Another try after the first down sack. Tua. Finding room inside the 40. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On second down and 4. Tua escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. On the handoff, Evans. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll run here with Evans. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Tua going to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
No movement from the field goal unit. They've got 4 full yards to go here on 4th and goal to hit pay dirt, but they're going to go for it. Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Bengals are going to get the football back. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. They'll run on 1st down. It's Chapman. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 13-yard line.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
These two teams making their final adjustments for the second half. And to bring it your way, we go back up to Cincinnati and Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. And he'll just get rid of it. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
On 3rd down, McPherson. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Amani Hooker. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. But pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Another try after the first down sack. Tua. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Pete Werner. The 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for Bengals TD. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This one fielded at the 5. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
They'll look to throw now on first down. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, a give to Evans. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Only needing 2 yards on second down. They're going to look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Bengals have recovered it. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You're talking about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. From the 6. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem.
And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big play that time for the Titans. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Looking to throw. Right back to Judy, and it's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. On 2nd down now, it's Evans. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 88 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person is on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now, because the offense is on his toes and punching. And there was another 1st down run right there.
And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now this time, 2 is going to throw it. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. It's the fullback. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Titans are able to get a score back. Extra point by Nagar is up and good. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Oh, what a move. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
Haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully, that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
On 1st and 10, it's Carter. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Hey, one set, check right, 50.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play that time through the air. 36 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. McPherson. He finds his man, complete. That's Chapman. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Seventh play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Chapman. And down inside the 15 he goes. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 13 yards remaining on 2nd down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on 3rd down. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Chapman. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 50 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bengals look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. McPherson now for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one. They'll probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. From the gun, it's Tua. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And that is caught at the 10-yard line.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. On the give, this is Evans. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Y'all playing the wrong football.
2nd down and goal. Tua. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Darrynton Evans, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Titans get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Nagar now for the point after. And that'll cut the lead down to 28.
Makes the score Bengals 45, Titans 17.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Jackson now to return. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And it is starting to appear, thankfully for them, that this is the week they're going to put it all together and end that long losing streak. They're not home yet, but in control in the 4th quarter. 66 yards rushing for them now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the 4th quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it,
the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Now a give right side. Chapman, and he powers his way up past the 30.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And the Bengals on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 9. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillendown. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. "51 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Titan football. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. To throw on 2nd and 10. Tua. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds a defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
The Titans on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Tua. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Tua on 4th down. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time as they have dominated the proceedings here into this 4th quarter. On 1st down, it's Chapman, and he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
At the 34-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Chapman. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for third down. They run the counter. Chapman. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. Now the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10. Now Tua. And his throw here is incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10.
Let's make these babies cry on the way back home, yo.
Looking to pass. Tua. That's going to be caught by Judy. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 20. First down, Tennessee.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
And the Titans first down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Okay, baby, let's go. Let's go.
So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. And he's got some space here. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A big pickup there on the run.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Extra point by Nagar is up and good. And that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Jackson now to return. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Chapman. And this Tennessee defense for the 2nd straight play gets him behind the line. They're not messing around. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be stopped here well short of the 1st down at the 24-yard line. And Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They